Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to do one of my favorite videos I do, which are my Sephora hauls. I have some new products to share with you. I'm wearing some of them right now. I will link everything that I talk about today down below in my description box. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. And if you enjoy Sephora hauls, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into what I picked up from Sephora recently. So I'm super excited to share with you guys what I picked up from Sephora, but I'm also very excited to say this video is sponsored by Sephora. I love working with them, and right now they have an event going on that you're going to want to know about. So right now they have the Gifts for All event. This started on December 2nd and it goes through the 11th of December. This is where you will get 20% off, and then you can get 30% off the Sephora collection. I definitely took advantage of that and got quite a few products from the Sephora collection that I've been wanting to try. To shop this event, you must be a beauty insider. It's completely free to sign up, so I will have a link at the top of my description box so you can become a beauty insider and take advantage of this offer. So you'll get 20% off your purchase and 30% off Sephora collection. You're going to use the code GETGIFTING, and this is a one-time use code. You can redeem it online or in store, and this is valid for the US, Canada, and Sephora at Kohl's. So this is the perfect time to grab gifts for your loved ones, or maybe even yourself. Get that discount and take advantage of the already great priced value sets. Sephora has so many gift sets, it's unbelievable. You can also shop online, in store, or do the same day delivery. I do that all the time. You can also do the curbside pickup, which again, I do a lot when I'm buying a product to review. And they also are offering free shipping on every order, no minimum purchase required. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I picked up. I got some new products, a couple repurchases, and tell you my thoughts because I'm wearing most of them right now. But I will link everything that I talk about today down below, as well as the link to sign up to be a beauty insider. And let's go ahead and get into what I picked up from Sephora. Let's start off with one of my favorite products I've purchased many times. I haven't talked about it recently, but this is one of my go-tos, especially in the winter. This is the Fenty Skin Hydra Reset Intensive Recovery Hand Mask. And this really is a mask. It's not necessarily a hand cream. The packaging has this really unique top to it, and then you squeeze and the mask comes out. It's this really thick, almost like a glycerin feel, and it will really help dry cracked knuckles, hands, fingernails. I have all of it because I wash my hands way too much. I don't like the feeling of anything on my fingertips. So I use this at night, slather it on, go to bed, and it really helps my hands. I cannot tell you how many people have purchased this and fallen in love with it. It's not something that you want to just throw on during the day because it can be, you know, thick and greasy, but it really does a great job at repairing your hands. And if you have dry hands, or honestly like even elbows, knees, whatever, you could use this there too. So it really is a special product I don't hear anyone rave about, but I purchased it I think 3 or 4 times now. Next, I want to talk about a mascara that I had a sample size of and I fell in love with it. So I picked up the full size. This is the YSL Beauty Lash Clash Mascara. This really gives my lashes length and volume. It has a tapered wand, and I wouldn't say that it's overly huge, you know, the ones that get all over, but it's also not super thin and just lengthening. It's kind of right in the center. I don't find this to be a wet formula, and I don't find that it clumps either. So I can really build it up and do like 2 or 3 coats. This really makes my lashes pop, and I don't have a lot of lashes to work with. So when I got that mini, I kept trying it out, and the more I reached for it, I just felt like it was effortless. I could just use like 2 coats and be good to go. And most days when I'm not filming, I'm not wearing lashes. I usually would do, you know, like a smoky wing like I have right now, and then just really rely on a mascara to give me that volume and length. And this does it, so I know that it's a high-end brand, but this one really impressed me, so I wanted to get the full size. Speaking of lashes, I got this little tool that had great ratings, and again, I wanted to take advantage of the 30% off Sephora collection. So this is the eyelash fuser tool from Sephora collection. So what you do is apply your false lashes, and then you take it and clamp down, and it really presses your natural lashes in with the false lashes to make them look more natural. Typically, I use the velour lash applicator and just pinch my lashes. This is definitely something to get used to, just trying to get it, on your eye the right way. But I feel like it also gives a lift, like it almost curls your lashes in with the false lashes. So I like it so far. I only used it today, but I could see this becoming a favorite, just something super quick and easy to give my lashes a more natural look and also lift them as well. So surprisingly, I ended up picking up 2 eyeshadow palettes in this haul. I don't often pick up eyeshadow palettes in hauls because I typically buy them right when they drop and do a review. But I was in store about a month ago doing some TikTok footage, and I saw this palette, and then I looked it up and it had great reviews. So again, I wanted to get that 30% off. So this is the Sephora collection Wishing You eyeshadow palette. It has 16 colors in here, and all of the reviews were basically raving about this. And like I said, when I saw it in store, something about it just really spoke to me. I almost feel like this would be the perfect palette for the cold girl makeup that we're seeing. Just like these beautiful shimmery shades, and then you do have more of like the peachy lavender shades, but it's also neutral. I used this today, and of course I did only use a couple shades. This is like my everyday kind of makeup, and I think that the mattes I used are really pigmented. I used this shade, and then for my wing, I just used this brown. I honestly feel like there's so many different looks you could do with this palette, whether you want to go into that beautiful icy blue, or you want to do more of like a cool tone look down here, the peach, and then that sort of like lavender lilac color is calling to me. So I thought this was a really cute palette, and honestly, I haven't had much experience with the Sephora collection eyeshadows, so I wanted to give this a try. I also picked up an eyeshadow quad from BabsBeauty. I have been really getting into this brand, especially their lip glosses, and I have another product that I picked up from them as well, but I've been curious about their eyeshadow quads. Call me boring, but I really just like neutral eyeshadows. Honestly, the way that I have my makeup right now is how I pretty much always wear my makeup. Maybe I would put like a shimmer on the lid, but truthfully, give me some neutral mattes and I'm good to go. So I picked up the IC & Color quad, and this is in the color Just a Girl. I felt like this I would use the most because I typically would reach for a lighter matte shade in the crease, and then I wanted something darker that I could add depth or do a wing. And then I also like that both of these shimmers are not similar, and I would reach for probably this one more so just because I like more of a lighter look. So when I swatched these, and I did play around with these the other day, this formula is very sheer. I found it to be very soft and creamy, but it doesn't kind of pack a punch like some of my other shadows do. I would say this formula is for those of you that like a soft glam look. And then the shimmers in here, they feel a little bit powdery, but they're different. This one is a little bit more rough, and then this one has more of like a smooth feel to them. They definitely have shine to them, but they're not gonna be like crazy intense. So this to me is almost like an everyday neutral palette with the shades that you really need to get a soft glam look, something effortless, easy, and light. But I do also wanna try this with an unset base and see if I can get a little bit more of an intense look. But let me know if you've tried the formula from Give. I'm curious. Now, if you're someone that likes something really glittery, like a glitter eye topper or loose pigments, I saw these and I had to pick one up. So this is from BabsBeauty as well. It's called the IC & Sparkle Multidimensional Eye Pigment. I got the shade Glimmer. I'm thinking about maybe getting like the pink shade. So this is a loose pigment, and it's really beautiful. This color is sort of hard to describe. I thought it was more of a gold, but I almost feel like it has like a shift to it. So this is one of those that I would reach for before I would go for like a standard metallic. I really like Urban Decay Space Cowboy Moon Dust to tap on the lid, and that's how I would use this as well. Just sort of tap it on the lid to give a little bit of sparkle, but nothing too thick that I feel like I have to blend into the mattes. So I'm excited to try this out. I'll be using this in a trying new makeup soon, probably all of these, so let me know what you want to see most. Next, I picked up this powder I saw on TikTok and I got influenced and I wanted to try it myself. This is the NARS Translucent Light Reflecting Setting Powder. This is a special edition for holiday and I got the shade Crystal. So I feel like I've used this before a long time ago. I really can't recall, but this is one of those really interesting powders that are truly like translucent and they have this slip to them. Super thin, almost like a slip when you feel them on your fingertips. And this is supposed to absorb shine, but also give you that light reflecting sort of look. Because when you look up close, there's almost like a really subtle radiance to this. But I'm telling you, like I tried to swatch this and you kind of can't. There's really no pigment to this. It just has this really light iridescence. So I see people use it to brighten or smooth. I don't know if it would smooth just because anything that has iridescence really makes my pores jump out. But I use this today just on my forehead. I feel like I would use this almost on my under eyes, not right here, but almost like sweeping up to really lift the face. So I'm curious to play around with this more. I would love to know your feedback if you have this product and your thoughts on it or how you use it. But I keep seeing people make it look beautiful and I'm like, I wanna love this too. Okay, so you know it's not a Babs haul if I don't include blushes. I didn't go too wild this time, but I did pick up 2. So let's start off with a formula. Actually, I'm familiar with both of these, but I got different colors. The first one is from Refi, and this is the cream blush in a new shade that I saw pop up on Sephora, and this is in the shade Cherry. So I was really wanting to try this because I do have all 3 of the blushes from Refi, and I don't dislike the formula, but they're very neutral and light. So I was happy to see something that's a little bit more like, whoo, in your face. So I'm gonna blend this out. I have no issues blending this formula. I can use it over powder, I can use it on an unset face, and it blends really nicely. It almost feels similar, I would say, to like the Tower 28 in terms of thickness, but it's not quite as dewy, and it sets down a little bit more. But you can see when I first applied that, it was really like bam in your face, and it blends out to a really beautiful flush. I almost feel like this is giving the cold girl makeup vibes. I feel like, I don't even know what that means, just like blush and, you know, shimmery lids and like a glossy lip. But I'm interested to try this because really my only complaint with these blushes is that they were just all so like light peachy neutral. They just didn't do enough for me. So when I saw this shade, I knew I had to grab it. Basically the same situation with the other blush I grabbed, which is another of the luminous matte blushes from Gucci. Now I wasn't going to do this. I was just, you know, going on Sephora as I do, and I was like, you know what? I really want to try one of the deeper shades. I do have 2 of these, but they're more of like the coral pinky shades. And again, they just look very similar. And I feel like I really have to build them up. So I went with Warm Berry. I love the packaging on these, and this one definitely does have a luminosity to it. So I'm wearing it today, and I basically just took my brush and kind of went on the inside of my hand. I'm gonna swatch this really quickly for you. This is what it swatches like. And then I just dusted it on my cheeks and built it up. So it definitely is a deeper tone for me. You guys know I always go for like the pinks and the corals, but I feel like it works. You just have to basically build it up, not, you know, dip in right away and then swipe on. And like I said, this has a luminosity to it. I know it says luminous matte. When brands do that, I'm like, what? But really, to me, this shade is more luminous than the other two that I have, and they just look so similar. So I was either between this one or the beige, but the beige I couldn't get the day that I purchased this. So I went with the berry, and I think it's honestly really unique to my collection. So you guys will have to let me know what you think about how it looks on me. I feel like I'm always wearing the same pink blushes. So this is definitely something outside of my comfort zone, but I didn't have any issues, you know, applying it. So if you have a skin tone similar to mine and you think it's gonna be too dark, I don't think it would be at all. So like blush, my other favorite category is lip products. So I picked up 4 this time, and I wanna give you my thoughts. So as I was scrolling, I saw that there was a new shade in the Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Oil. And I checked and I was like, wait a minute, this is the only new one. It just sort of came up out of nowhere, and this is in the color Primary. So they describe this as a sheer cherry. So this lip oil formula is not crazy thick, but it's also not gonna slide off. I feel like it's kind of right in the middle. What makes this special is it has that staining effect where it adjusts to your lips and then it leaves a nice stain. So I have one of the other shades, but I really, again, just wanted more punch, more pigment. That's sort of what got me into the Refi blush, the Gucci blush, also this lip oil. So if you can see, when you apply it originally, it's really just like a clear, almost pink tint, but as it sits, it will get a little bit more colorful and leave behind a stain. So it's supposed to, you know, react with your own pH, which again, I don't know the science behind that, but it does leave a nice soft pink stain. So I'm glad they came out with a shade that has a little bit more punch. It's still not gonna be anything that's like fully pigmented, but I do prefer a lip oil that has some color to it rather than just clear. This is what it looks like after it sits for maybe 30 seconds or so. So I definitely like it. It's not the most hydrating, but for me, this is more of a, I want a tint to my lips and I want that shine sort of product. So I also grabbed another lip gloss from Fenty Beauty. Now Fenty Beauty has great formulas. They're gloss bombs. They have the heat, the regular, they also have the cream. This shade I wanted to try. This is called Mauve Wives, and this is the Gloss Bomb Cream. So there is a lip gloss that I really like that's almost like a lavender color from Juvia's Place, but this definitely is deeper. This is totally out of my comfort zone, but I do like that lilac colored gloss, and I didn't think I would. This definitely has more depth and more of a purple tone to it, but I do feel like you could sheer this out and really blend it into your lip liner, which I do most times anyway. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone use this color though. I'm interested to see how this would look on different skin tones, but it just kind of stood out to me. I was trying to find something that was a little bit different that maybe I had passed over because I feel like we had the surge of like new, and now it's kind of calming down a little bit. So I had some time to really look at shades and maybe try something different. Now, if you saw my last Sephora haul, I hauled quite a few products from Simi Hayes Beauty, which is new to Sephora. They have really interesting packaging, and I found some favorites. So I went ahead and picked up another of their Velvet Blur Matte Lip Balm. And this one is very similar to the shade that I have, but I love the formula on these. They are matte, but they're super creamy and pigmented, and I like the colors. They have some really pretty like peachy pink tones. So this one is called Mist, and I have another one, I can't remember the name, but this is like my perfect tone that I pair with my deeper lip liners. So I have a deeper lip liner on right now, and then I just use this in the center and blended it in with the liner. Honestly, I'm a sucker for pink lipstick. I just love the way it looks. So I really like this formula. The packaging is really, really unique. I've purchased maybe like 5 or 6 products from this brand, but I have to say that the matte lip balms are one of my favorites. And then on top of that, this is another favorite product of mine, and I saw this shade and I was like, I have to have this. So this is the Sephora Collection Plumping Lip Gloss. These are so gorgeous. They have so many different shades, and this is in the color 7. So this seems to be a new shade. I love these glosses. They have like a minty feel, but it's not painful at all, and they actually have color to them. So they're not full pigment, but they definitely have a tint, and they are super high shine. So I just applied this over what I had on already with the Simi Hayes lipstick. It is a thicker formula. I wouldn't say it's sticky, but it definitely hangs on. It's not something that's going to slide around. And they have a really cute set I saw in store a couple weeks ago with like 2 sparkly glosses, but this color is honestly perfect. I love baby pink and peachy tones, and this is just super high shine. It almost reminds me of like the Lawless formula, but maybe a little bit smoother and a little bit less thick with that really nice tingle. It's not a hurt kind of tingle. It's more of like you just brushed your teeth kind of tingle. So this is another product that when I saw this color, I was like, please, please show up and be the right baby pink peach tone. And it definitely is. It's going to be a new favorite for me. Okay guys, so that is everything I picked up during the Sephora Gifts for All event. So this is still going on until December 11th. Use the code GETGIFTING and you can get 20% off your purchase and 30% off Sephora collection. So I will have all the details, the link to sign up to become a beauty insider down below, as well as the links to everything that I showed today. Did you shop this event? What did you pick up? I would love to know. And if you've tried any of these products, I would love to know your experience down below. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this haul, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.